Okay, the credit game. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Flame. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What? Yep, yep. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time. What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. We just stand up and fight, walk into the light. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody
Will, it went silent on my end. Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, Larry?
It went, no, wait. It went silent. I'm talking to Will. It went silent on my end. Could you hear the music, Mike?
I heard the music.
Okay. For some reason, it was echoing really bad on my end.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was clear.
Really bad.
It was clear on our end.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was really, I was trying to figure out it was really bad on my end. I was like, what the?
Yeah, that's that T-Mobile phone of yours.
Don't try it. Mike got T-Mobile too, so don't try
it. yeah, I got T-Mobile.
He's a Sprint man that's made to get T-Mobile now, so don't even.
Okay, here we'll try it again. No problem. Tape still rolling. Here we go. In 5. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. This is crazy. Hold on.
It was the Sprint. All right. No, I heard everything clearly.
Okay, we're back. All right. Tape still rolling. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna kick it with mine, y'all know. Just love to that kick it. Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love. Sent by one from heaven up above. Take a pity is simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What? Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to make a change. And we are the people who can do it. Well, you are listening to Success to Succeed on KBRG Digital Broadcasting, The Bridge. Today's show, we have Mike Siegels on the credit game. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate having me on the show.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. I want everybody to know your story, and know what's going on, and I got a ton of questions to ask you.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you're listening, I run the first, only ever revolutionary training system. And so, basically, what this platform is that we run is we help individuals with their credit. And we understand that, in a time of need where everybody, just went through a traumatic downturn in economy with COVID that's going on and people taking out loans and credit card debt going up and the PPP loans and the financial hardship and 39 million people literally just losing their job and being sent home without any direction. I created this platform that teaches people everything they need to know, which is exactly what mom and dad never taught me. And I built this program for myself. I just happen to be sharing it with the world today. But in essence, this program is something that takes you through something that maybe your mom and dad didn't teach you as far as growing up in credit. And certainly no school has ever taught credit. They don't want you to know credit. Schools don't want you to know credit. So what I did was I put together a platform where you're going to have an interactive platform that actually takes you through grade school from all the way from high school to associates to bachelor's to master's to the PhD and then all the way up to doctorate level. And teaching you along the way, literally the ins and outs of credit, and where most people don't know, this is just a game. And that's why we call it the credit game, because the more you play it, the better you get. And, you know, it's like, Larry, it's like if you were to play your 12-year-old son in Fortnite, you would get creamed. I have a 12-year-old son. If I went up there and tried to play him in Fortnite, it would be horrific, right? Because they play it every day. This is why I teach every single day credit, because the more you do it, the better you get. And so the credit game has inspired thousands of people. We've literally changed thousands of lives just in the last 60 days alone with our platform. Because it's the first ever platform that's been put out, it's doing extremely well and helping individuals change their life. You see, my main goal in life, and my why, if you want to call it the why, is the average credit score in America right now is 667. And I've got a mission to get everybody over 700. I want the average credit score in America to be over 700, and I'll die trying to do it. And so this platform allows you to scale from the aspect of it not only helps you, but then you could turn around and use the same platform to help your family, your mom, your dad, your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your clients even, and everybody wouldn't have to purchase. So that allows the scalability of the product to be able to actually fulfill my dream, which is to raise the credit score over 700. So it's a digital product. People love it. And it certainly is changing lives day in and day out. Would get hundreds of orders a day. And it's just, it's an amazing platform to really learn credit, you know, and I'm blessed to be here. So I appreciate having me on.
Well, you know what? One of the questions I want to ask, because it is a digital platform. So basically, you're talking about DIY, do it yourself. Is that correct?
We have two options. Great question. We have two options. So 95% of it is do it yourself. We do have some people that are interested in having credit repair or maybe adding trade lines to their credit. And they say, you know what? I love the aspect of learning. I love the aspect of the educational side of it. But right now, I don't have the time for the educational platform. Now, I made the platform so easy when I say the education side that literally a third grader could do this, because it's step-by-step videos. It's me actually doing the videos, the CEO of the company. I don't hire somebody else to do them. And I do the videos as 2 to 3 minute videos showing you step-by-step of do it this, then to do this, then to do this. So it is scalable from that point. Now, if there's somebody that's interested in credit repair, I also have a VIP vendor section inside the platform. And this particular vendor is only accessible through my program. So they only deal with my clients. The reason for that is because we send them so much volume. Now, the excellent part about this is for the people who are saying, you know, look, I would love to have your program. I don't have time maybe right now. What we offer them is access to our VIP vendor, which would give them free elite credit repair by purchasing our program. Very, very intense elite credit repair. The result on the credit repair through my vendor, he is #1 in the nation for credit repair. And so you're getting results in under 60 days. It is the fastest on the planet. It is actually one of 4 softwares that are put out there right now that people have in the United States where it directly connects with the credit bureau. So we're not talking about the old school letters. We're talking about direct connect with eOscar and really connecting to the credit bureau. So I have both options, Larry. I have people that come to me all the time to say, look, I want the elite credit repair because I need something a little bit quicker. Maybe I'm trying to buy a car. Maybe I'm trying to buy a house. Maybe I want some high limit credit cards, and I love the education platform. And what I'll do is I will go through the education platform while I'm having the vendor do my credit. And I have that all the time. In fact, that's probably one of our best sellers is the people that say, hey, I want it done for me. But as I'm having the work done for me, I need to learn the credit game because it's easy, as you know, to get to an 800 credit score. It's how to maintain the 800 credit score. That's the tough part. I can get you to an 800 credit score very fast, but are you able to keep it like I have for the last 7 years? That's the tough part. And that's why the credit game teaches you basically, again, the credit game was built for me, and I happen to share it with the world now. So I did it for myself, and I went from a 505 to an 827 today credit score because I learned the credit game along the way, and I built it over time and build a platform so that way people not only get the high credit score, but then they can actually maintain it for years to come and help their family out as well with it. So I've got both options.
Well, let me ask you this question. Let's say that worst case scenario, and I do have to say that I did purchase your course because I do believe in I wanted to try it out to make sure that, you know, it is what you say it is and what I read. And I do have to say that I do endorse it because it does work. And I can truthfully testify that it does work. I'm actually using it with some of my own clients. So the one of the worst case scenario, how long would you say it would take a person with, let's say that they had a FICO score that was below 200 and below, which is below 400? How long would you say it would take them to get to an 800 FICO score?
So you're at 400. So a 400 tells me there's a significant amount of negative. All right. So if you're at a 400 credit score, you're looking at probably 15 to 20. I mean, that would be an average guess. But I would say 15 to 20 negative accounts. They probably got some student loans on there. They're negatives, collections, judgments, maybe some foreclosures. Maybe it's a lot of hospital bills, whatever the case is. But there's a significant amount on there if you're sub 400 or in the 400s. Mm-hmm. That being said, with the credit game, I'm using proprietary letters that are inside the credit game that are not cookie cutter. I don't come on the show here to talk about any other company. That's not the purpose of me being here. Yes. I want to tell you what my story is this. To answer your question, there are companies out there that will charge you a monthly fee. Okay. And while it sounds appealing to be able to have a company that may charge 100 to 150, 200 bucks, I'm not going to mention the company names. A lot of them know them. The company that I'm speaking about. It sounds appealing. The problem is they have no incentive to actually fix your credit for the simple reason that you're on a monthly payment. I want you to think about that for a minute. If I could get 150 bucks a month from you, what incentive do I have to really fix your credit in a timely manner? Zero.
There's zero.
So what I did was the letters that I'm talking about are better than the 609. If you guys know the 604 letters or the 609 letters, the letters that I give in my platform are the best of the best. They are hands down the best letters. They are proprietary to our course. To answer your question, I would say probably generally speaking, with what's going on in the country right now with the skeleton crew on the bureaus, it might be slightly longer, but you know, giving it an honest time frame, I would say under 6 months. Okay. You should be able to do that with my guidance. Now, everything in the credit game, it's not just, hey, I give you proprietary letters. Right. What you also have to understand is I'm giving you basically it being built for you and step by step of what to do with all the videos as well, and little tricks and trades and little tricks and things that I did for myself, and I've just noted those inside the platform and did videos on them because I was trying to raise my credit score. And when I went from 515 to 800 and something, I did the exact thing and basically took notes and said, you know what, let me build a course because nobody else has ever built a course in the aspect of credit. It's the first ever credit course. And I did this platform because, as you know, you and I never got taught credit in school.
That's right.
So if you use the proprietary letters that I have, just because it's letter format, it could take slightly longer. Although they're the best letters out there in the world, it could take slightly longer than the electronic side. The electronic side, what I was telling you about my VIP vendor, is there's minimum, it's more of the electronic, right? So you're not dealing with the mail.
Mm-hmm.
And so where you're cutting out the mail time, it's much faster, and it's also a direct connect to the credit bureaus versus mailing out the letters, waiting for the response to come back. And so what I have, like I said, I have a lot of my clients and members that what they're doing is they're getting the Elite Credit Repair from the vendor, which is a free service. It's a free service. I give you the free Elite Credit Repair with my program. And on top of having the program, you're getting the free Elite Credit Repair service. And literally you're learning while he's doing the work for you, you're learning the system through the Credit Game, education platform. So it's a win-win.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know what? If you don't mind, I'd like for you to tell your story, where you started and how, no matter how dark it is, just so that people would understand that, you're a regular guy, things happen to good people, and how you got from that dark place to where you are now.
Sure. Absolutely. So today I am 40 years old, and I started using drugs heavily back around 18 years old. And from 18 to 30 years old, I indulged in drugs, and where we're not talking about just the basics without going in depth. I did 12 years straight of doing drugs. And during that period, my ex-wife left me on Father's Day, threw the ring at me on Father's Day, and told me that that she was not putting up with it any longer, and I was out. So I sat and literally cried for a very long time. It was a very dark part of my life because I was not only hooked on drugs, but I just got divorced from my wife on Father's Day. And I tell this story that not because I'm proud of it, but because of who I became since then. Back in 2010, after this happened, I sat literally and cried and said to myself, is this the kind of life that I want to live? And I found the Lord and became a thank you, amen, and was saved. And during this period, I really buckled down and put the hard work in. From that period after my divorce, I told myself I will never, ever, ever be put in this position again. 9 months later, I became the first millionaire ever in my entire family history.
Wow.
It took me 9 months to do it. Since then, I've been able to run multiple 7-figure companies, and then the company that we're talking about now is at 8 figures. So I'm telling anybody that's listening to this, I don't care if you were growing up in the projects. I don't care if you had an alcoholic dad or your dad was absent or your mom was out doing her thing or you were raised by your grandparents. It does not matter where you came from. If you have blood going through your veins and if you have a heartbeat and there ain't rose petals on your grave yet, then you have a chance and an opportunity today to change your life. And I don't mean change it. I mean really make an impact. And what I said was, I don't want it for people for when I die, I want to leave a legacy. I don't want to be the person that people forget. They know me as Uncle Mike in the Credit Game. I don't want people to forget me and go 3 weeks later, who is that guy? I want them to be able to not fit another body in that church when I pass away because I left a legacy and helped so many people along the way. And that's my mission. My mission is to help thousands and thousands of people. When I started, Larry, it was more of like how much money can I make? And today, my focus literally in the last 10 years has changed to how many people can I help? And I know you guys are doing this radio show and I'm blessed to be here. And I want to share with everybody that's listening to this. Don't ever ring the bell. When I say ring the bell, don't give up. I don't care how bad your credit is or how bad your finances are. Don't ever give up on your life. Don't ever, ever, ever give up and ring the bell, because I was in a very, very dark period of my life and I became a multimillionaire in 9 months. And I did that. I was the first ever person to do that in my family because I said, you know what? I'm tired of being tired. Every single person listening to my voice right now, understand this. You are already millionaires. You just have to be fine-tuned to get to figure out. I have the roadmap. I also teach finances as well. The credit game is part one. The financial side is part two. Once you get your credit score to 800, you are then valued at over 150,000. I don't know if you know that or not, Larry, but an 800 score is worth over $150,000 in cash.
Yes, it is.
The faster I can get you to an 800 credit score, you are now valued at $150,000 or higher. So my job is as quick as possible, and I've been able to beat out, I ran the #1 trade line and credit repair company in the world for 7 years. I am known as probably the best in the space ever to be created in credit. And I do because I put in so many hours, 10,000 hours in the first year. I was grinding 14 to 16 hours a day. While people were sleeping, I was working. While people were eating, I was working. And by doing that, I have really just learned the credit and the financial world so much that I know it like my kid's name. And so when people ask me, Mike, what do I do here? I've got inquiries, or I've got a collection, or I've got judgment, or foreclosure, or repo, or late payment, or what do I do here with student loans? I was a victim of identity theft. What do I do? I have an answer for them. And so I have a YouTube channel. It is called The Credit Game. That is my YouTube channel, The Credit Game. And you guys want to go there and check me out on The Credit Game. It has a video for almost every single thing humanly known as far as credit. And a lot of the people that watch me on YouTube, I've got over 500 videos. I do a channel every single day, Monday through Friday. I even started Saturdays as now to hold myself accountable that a new channel, a new video comes out every single day. They're usually between 10 and 15 minutes. And it's really where I got a base of my people from. I grew also, I don't know if you know this, Larry, but I grew the fastest YouTube credit channel in the nation's history with over 250,000 followers in less than a year.
You have people copying you. So I know that what your channel is absolute truth because I've seen your channel. I was actually looking at it this morning, and I know that I've seen other channels, and it's really funny because they're like little mini yous.
Right. And you know what? I don't copy any people. What I do is all my stuff comes from my content. I do know that people take the content and use it and reuse it. I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But my content is original. I mean, I do my own research. It takes me about an hour and a half every morning to put together the content. I don't steal it from other people that are doing content. I take my own content and then I just put it out there. And then, I'm speaking from my heart. One thing that people love about the way that I talk and the way that I deal with people is I'm very real. I don't come across as a typical person who deals with credit because, I get that the people that I'm dealing with are going through a hard time, and I want to relate with them as much as possible. And so I come to their level and really hone in with the communication side of things. And people enjoy talking to me. And that's why they enjoy the channel so much, because I don't BS them. I tell them straight, this is how it's going to be. This is what you need to do. People will fluff and sugarcoat things. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you were being told by, people calling them office, we have about 300 calls that come into our office a day. And people will say, sometimes I'll get people to call me and say, I need to think about it. Or, I got to talk to the spouse. And I tell them, Larry, I'm like, look, how long have you been thinking about your credit? I mean, like you're calling in, you're on the phone, you've been thinking, how long? It's been 7 years you've been thinking about your credit to finally have enough nerve to call me. And then you got to think about it when I talk to you. You know what I mean? So, it's not a big thing. It's about, I'm always about taking action. Take action, because I know this over the years that people call me, and then literally what they do is they end up going, messing around, not messing with their credit, right? Because they're so used to having bad credit that it becomes, like natural to them to have bad credit. And so, and then they called me back 2 months later and said, "Man, I wish I would have started earlier." And I said, "Yeah, I told you this months ago. If you just had started when I told you to start, then you'd have had a good holiday or a good Christmas or whatever you're celebrating." We're talking to Christians, so I'm assuming it's Christmas. And here we are at 9. We are in September, and what better time could you really have in life than right this second so you could have a good Christmas? Because with our elite program, you can literally have a completely different Christmas financially and be able to provide gifts and do things that you may not have been able to do if you didn't have good credit. You see, with bad credit, you can't get loans, you can't get credit cards, you got to buy everything cash, and you end up not understanding how to leverage credit, right? Because you can't get the credit cards. I mean, you might be able to get a credit card, but you're going to end up with, a $300 credit limit at best, or $500 maybe the Capital One. And so I tell people, like, when I just did a video the other day, I said, "You guys are running out of time for this year. You want to have a good holiday? It's time to buckle down, take action, and call me, because right now is the time where I can get your credit in a place where you can start to get some credit cards and maybe get that loan, or maybe get a new vehicle for the holidays, or whatever it is you're trying to do, start a business, or, maybe you're trying to get out of an apartment, or you're tired of living with mom, whatever the case is, you want to do it now instead of waiting." And I think that's the biggest thing with people procrastinating, is they procrastinate with their credit, and it's not their fault. It's just they're so used to having bad credit that they tend to deal with it. They sweep it under the rug until something happens, till the tire blows out, the car falls apart, or they're getting gunshots in their neighborhood and it's time to leave. The family's got to get out of there, or they're sick of living with a family member, or whatever the case is. Then it becomes a priority, and I don't want people to think that credit's a priority. Credit is an adult game.
Yes.
As a child, you get graded by in school, A, B, C, D, E, F. That's how you get graded in school. As an adult, we get our grades by our credit score, right? 6, 500, 600, 700, 800. That's the adult game. The kids game, you want to play, I tell people, you want to play with a beach ball and get in the sandbox, then, go back to grade school and get your, your A, B, C's, and D's. But that's not the real world. The real world as an adult is we have to have credit. Well, Mike, I don't do credit cards. Well, I don't necessarily believe that. What I believe is that you don't know really how to manage credit.
Yes.
Not your fault. You were never taught in school. You weren't taught by mom and dad. Mommy and daddy didn't teach you, and the school didn't teach you. So what you use as an excuse is, hey, I don't do credit cards. And it's not that you don't do credit cards. It's just that you don't understand the power of credit and how it can really help you live a better life and the financial freedom. So anyways, that's what I teach people in the credit game, is really from bare knuckle, what is a credit bureau, all the way up to removing some of the hardest bankruptcies known to man, the negative bankruptcies that shouldn't be there, and understand that the credit bureaus are not God. People think that the credit bureaus is this it's the God. It's not. It's a place to hold your credit, basically to give you a score. It's your scorecard. And if we can get the stuff off your credit report, then you can actually live your life and do the things that you need to do. But it's a matter of just learning it. And again, that's what the whole credit game was created for, was to show you the ins and outs and really do it step by step. It's not all like on paper where I'm just typing documents. I'm actually doing videos. It's very interactive. Through each course, Larry, after you finish the high school and the associate's program, then you go to the bachelor's, and you go to master's and PhD and doctorate. The cool thing about it is after each course, you actually can print out the certification, what a lot of my members are doing, the clients are doing, is they're printing it out and putting it on the wall, and they become certified associates. Then they get their bachelor's, and it's a really, really cool platform that people are proud of, because they can then put it on their wall and put it onto a, put it on a plaque and be proud that they actually got the certification.
Absolutely, I agree. I believe one of the things that I picked up while you were speaking, and you didn't say it, but it's right there. You're actually giving people an opportunity to change their mindset and mentality, and because there's a mentality that comes from when a person has bad credit and they get used to that bad credit, or get used to negativity, they start espousing negativity. And one of the things that I learned just from talking to you, and I see is more prevalent, is that people will say, you probably heard this before, if something, it sounds too good to be true, and if it sounds too good to be true, it's not. Well, it is. But this is the thing. From what you just said and the proof that you've given, because you're doing the interactive videos, it sounds too good to be true. And what that means to me, that it's too good to be forgotten. So therefore, you need to get a change of heart, a change of mindset to move forward in the information that you're doing. You, just from the things you went to, you found your true purpose and calling to move forward as to give back to people, because sometimes it takes those things for a person to grow.
Yes, you have to step back and release some things in life to actually prosper. And that's where I was able to really, and it was very difficult. Like I said, it was a dark point in my life, but I changed that and been sober for over 10 years now. And then again, from the financial standpoint, where I've gotten to today, if you would have told me 10 years ago where I'd be today and the amount of people that I've helped over the last 10 years, I wouldn't think and tell you in a million years it would be what I've done. I've made countless millionaires. I can't even tell you how many people I've brought over to 800 credit score and how many millionaires I've made in the last 10 years. So yes, I have found my calling, and it is very reciprocal, because what I get more than anything, because today in my life, it's not about the money. It's more of how many people can I help? How many friends can I get across the world? I want friends. I want friends in every place. And you know this, Larry, that, I'm assuming you're my age or maybe a little older. I don't know.
I'm a little older, but yeah.
So that we were taught never talk to strangers. You remember that one? Never teach.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Never talk to strangers, right? And I say this because this is a very old school mentality. And today, we don't teach our kids this. We don't teach our kids not to talk to strangers. Obviously, if they have to be with me. But the reason I don't teach, and we were just talking about mentality, is this. A stranger has everything you want in life, right? Think about it. A stranger has everything you want in life. And I mean stranger like a person that's not attached. You see, right. If your family had everything you wanted as far as helping you with credit, you'd have great credit. If your family had the finances and were able to help you, you'd have everything you want. Now, it's important to know that if like I tell my kids, if you're with me, like I want you to be friendly, make friends, go out, like where you're with me. I don't want you going out and being, talking to strangers without me, but we allow them to have a life where they are free to talk to people. And I do that because the old school mentality is don't talk to strangers. When a stranger, and I say the word stranger just because for the analogy, but they're people that have what we want in life. And so we have everything from above. Obviously, the first thing is God that provides. But from the standpoint of, God providing your entire life, say, your whole financial and God's not going to give you a perfect credit score. You have to work for it.
That's right.
Just say I want to pray for an 800 credit score every day, and you're going to have it. There's a little bit of work that has to come in between.
Yeah.
Right. So, I give the analogy of this. This is the best way that I can explain how the credit game works, because as far as just visually, if you can picture what I'm saying here, this is the best analogy. Picture that there is a big there's a big we're in the army, and we've got a huge battlefield. And in this battlefield, you're at a 550 credit score right now, and the other side of the battlefield, if you get to the other side of the battlefield, you will get to that 800 credit score. Okay. And right now, because you don't know that there's a bunch of landmines that are covered all through this field. And I tell you that to get to that 800 credit score, not only do you need to walk the field, but you need to wear a blindfold this entire time. Now, if you can picture how you would walk from 550 to get over to that 800 credit score, going through a minefield where you don't know where you're going to get blown up at, you're going to be very, very careful where you walk and how you go through this field.
And walk very gingerly.
You'd be stepping on you're on your toes the whole time, trying to like barely tap your toes. And it's going to take you a long time to do it. So you can either take 3 to 5 years to try to figure it out yourself, or what if I told you that I have the solution for you today? The solution is I'm going to take the blindfolds off. So now you can see the field. And not only that, I'm going to give you the exact roadmap you need. So that way you can navigate through this entire field. So you know exactly where each landmine is and you can walk around them. Which option would you rather have? That's an option where it's going to take you years to figure out, which I've already done the research over the last decade. I've had to do it. Or you can figure it out yourself and put the blindfold on and then take the risk of maybe blowing yourself up. That's the best way to understand how the credit game works. It's everything in one platform, easy to find, easy to read, easy to watch videos, and it takes you through the whole course. And people love it. I mean, we've got nothing but great 5-star reviews, hundreds of 5-star reviews, and some of the people, I literally, and this is honest, Larry, within the last week, I literally have changed someone's life to the point where they told me that they were going to die if they didn't find the credit game. That brought a tear to my eye, because you know what? This guy wasn't able to live any longer. He had to have a kidney transplant. Mm-hmm. He said, Mike, I found you last month. I went through your credit game course. And because of you, I was able to get a credit card because I had no one else to turn to. I was able to get a credit card, and I was able to pay for my surgery. If I didn't get this, I was dead. And so that is the reason why I get out of bed every day. People like that, things like that, where, I get countless people saying, hey, I just bought my brand new 2020, BMW, or, I bought my first investment property, or thank you, man, you've changed my life. I've been able to start my business, or I've finally been able to understand how credit works. I got my first $25,000 Navy Federal credit card. This is the kind of stuff that brings me more joy than any money could ever do, because that's the kind of thing that I hear day in and day out. And a lot of people don't get to hear those kind of stories. But man, is it a blessing to be able to hear people that tell me that kind of stuff, because, my team's out there just cranking and helping so many people. And then when I get these emails that say you've changed my life, and I was able to get out of my apartment, I was able to get my brand new car, or, I finally got the credit cards, man. I just want to thank you for everything you did, and that your YouTube channel is an everyday thing. And we've been learning from you. I've got people telling me I've been following you for 5 years, man. And I'm like, you know what? That is awesome. That people have been following me for 5 to 6 years on YouTube alone. And then just literally changing lives. Right. And so I'm the life changer. That's what they call me at work when I go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I believe it.
Mike, the life changer. I say that because my employees as well, they've literally all changed their life. They're all got new vehicles. They all are doing well financially. I'm taking care of them. We're doing parties. We're having a great time. The key, I think, in life is not just how hard you can grind. It's more like, what does your day look like? What's more important to you? Money. And I say this, if you watch my YouTube, I say this a lot right here. You'll hear me say this a lot. What is more important to you, time or money? And if you ask any successful person in this world, which one's more important, time or money?
Time.
The answer will always be time.
Time, absolutely.
Because you and I know that yesterday, last week, is not coming back and looking for us. That time is gone. You'll never be able to get it back. I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos and you're $100 billion net worth. You will never be able to buy time. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow, you and I both know, is not promised. In fact, as of right now, while we're talking, there are people, they're taking their last breath while we're right now.
That's right. That's right.
Blessing that while you still have blood in your body and you're still breathing, you can make a change your credit, but you have to set, you said this earlier, change your mindset. Change your mindset to believe. It all starts with one belief. I can do this. And you will get to a point in your life where you will say, Mike has changed thousands of lives, and I mean thousands of lives in the last 60 days alone. We're not talking about in the last 10 years. Thousands of lives in the last 60 days. Why would I be any different?
Yes.
When you say that to yourself, then you'll realize that I've got a program that really changes lives. And I'm blessed to be able to put it out. And again, I built it for me, and I just want to share with you guys. And thank you for getting the credit game, Larry. I appreciate the purchase, and I'm glad you and endorsed it as well, and brought me on the channel to share with these guys that how it works. And any other questions you got, I'm here for you.
Well, I want you to give the website and how people can contact you again, please. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So my hours at business are between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time. We're in Jacksonville, Florida, so we're on the East Coast. And my website is Credit Game U, the letter U like university. So that's CreditGame, the letter U, creditgame, the letter U.com. You can find me there. All my products are there. You can go to my YouTube channel, which is the Credit Game on YouTube. And my office, like I said, is open from 9 a.m. We're in there 9 a.m. starting to help people, and we are done at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also open now between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock on Saturdays, Eastern Standard Time.
Very good.
So anybody that's interested in taking a look at this is, I promise one thing is, this will change your life. It really will. If you're willing to put a little bit of work in, a little bit of skin in the game, I don't see how it couldn't help you. I really don't. I mean, it's that well put together that, like I said, it's so easy to follow. You don't have to have any tech experience. It's not like you're putting together software. This is a program that literally lays it out video by video, and then there's content in between. So you guys know what sites to go to, some of the biggest tips and tricks and things I've done with trade lines, and how I would build my own profile, what I did to build my own profile up as far as what trade lines I use, what I would recommend. And also through my VIP vendor, inside the program, you're also able to get up to 75% off authorized user trade lines, off competitor prices. So just being part of my program, I've got two amazing vendors. One who provides trade lines where you can get a discount up to 75%, and two, to be able to have free elite credit repair where your results will be in under 60 days. We tell our people 60-day results, which is the fastest on the planet. As you know, it's extremely effective. This, like you're answering your question before, you're talking about somebody that takes our average person coming in at 550, 560, and you're crossing the 700s very easily. And what does your life look like if you were at a 550 credit score, okay, where you're paying $650 for a 2012 Chrysler? I'm making this up here, but you're paying $650 a month for a vehicle that you should be paying $300 a month for.
Yeah, you pay premium. You're actually paying a premium on top of a premium because of the bad credit score.
You're at 18% interest rate as opposed
Absolutely.
to a 1.9% interest rate, just because the difference of having a 575 versus having a 700, right? And so that's also the difference between getting approved for a high limit credit card and getting denied for some basic, $500 Capital One Platinum card. That difference right there. That's also the difference between getting into a good place, a good apartment. It's also the difference being able to get into a home, or maybe doing an Airbnb, or maybe flipping a home if that's it, or rentals. It's a huge difference. What does your life look like differently? How do you feel with a 700 plus credit score? And also, just for the listeners here listening to this, the perfect credit score is not an 850 credit score. This is the biggest misconception in credit. Most people think that credit scores, the perfect credit score is an 850. The actual perfect credit score is 781. So 700, anything over 780, between 780 and 850 is the exact same thing, except for you got bragging rights. I tell my friends this. I'm like, I'm at 827. He's like, I'm okay. I'm at a 790. It's bragging rights. So 781 plus, it doesn't matter. You get the same interest rates. It's called A1 credit, and you don't get treated any differently. So my goal is to get you over 780. Getting to an 850 means nothing. It's the same exact thing as a 780. So our goal is to get everybody over a 780 credit score effectively, and give you the tips and the tricks along the way and what you need to do. And most important, Larry, is to get people, once they get there, to understand the credit game so they never go back again. Right? You don't want to get to a 780 and then go backwards. And so what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? How do you go how do you get to the 800 credit score or 781 or whatever the case is and maintain that? Most people don't know how to maintain it. They don't know what inquiries are. They don't know how many inquiries they should have. They don't know how many accounts they should be opening up. Should they be closing old aged accounts? Most people don't have any idea how to remove the collections and charge-offs. Do they go to the credit bureaus first? Do they go to the creditors first? Does age trade lines surpass and trump the high limit trade lines? There's so many things in credit that I teach in the credit game that you will become so good at it that literally it's inside a platform that any time that you need to go back to it, you have it in your email for life. And so it's like, like you have to make a credit decision. Boom, you go into the platform, you type it in. Like if you were to say, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house, or I'm thinking about buying a car. Well, you just go into my program and you hit the search bar and it'll bring up a video or a topic where I talk about that exact thing. It makes it very, very easy. And so that's the credit game. It's been exceptional. We're going to continue to scale. We're going to continue to grow and help out as many people as we can to get that national credit average credit score from over, 667 currently. We want it over 700 so we can change the world.
Amen. That's good. I like to just say this is that the more valuable you make yourself, the more value you attract, and that's one of the things about when getting a good credit score. You're actually showing people how to meet a need to get to what their true goals should be. And goals, to me, is an acronym that means godly, omnipotent, affluent lifestyle sanctified.
Oh, I love that.
And basically, it is by God's design that we are to be wealthy and live as kings with kingdom authority. And the only way you're going to do it is by training your mind, taking on a mentality that you are a winner and that you don't have to live your life being defeated. I mean, that what you said earlier about never give up. You never, ever, 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 ever want to give up because you weren't made to give up. God, just like the name of this show is Success to Succeed. God has placed all success to succeed and anointed you, me, and everyone, all mankind to have all success to succeed in all things, to be rich in all things, and giving us a nobility, a legacy of nobility. And everything that you're saying is absolutely on point. It is You open the door, you actually kick the door down, so people can, the average Joe can come in and see how to get their credit to where it needs to be, and they don't have to. It's not rocket science. You made it on an elementary level, and they can progress at their own speed.
Yeah,
that's really good. I like that.
Yep, you do it at your own speed. The more you can go through each course faster. You could do it as slow and take as much time as you need based on your schedule. And that's why I put it, Larry, in that platform where it was literally the school platform, because I thought, if a school never taught this, why don't I put it into a school platform to bring back the first ever created school platform where people could think, you know what, wouldn't it have been nice? I mean, how many people are listening to this that have been, we all started out, I mean, including myself, which is why I bought the program. We started out with a perfect credit score. And somewhere along the line, we screwed up. We didn't pay ours back, or we took out too many loans, or we got student loans, which is crazy amount that right now student loans. It just surpassed the home loans, actually, the amount of debt on student loans. We've got, inquiries like crazy. And so it's a breath of fresh air to have somewhere where you can go back into one condensed place, learn at your own speed. But like I said earlier, if you're someone who's listening to this and you say, Mike, I want to learn the whole system, I want to go through the platform, but I've got something coming up where I need some work done fast. I'm looking to purchase this or do this or whatever the case is. I have the option with the #1 credit vendor right now in the United States that has one of 4 softwares that are out there in the United States to be able to connect with the credit bureaus and get the work done and have results in under 60 days. And that is through my VIP vendor. And while he's working on your credit, that gives you that opportunity to really learn the things that you need to learn. So that way, when your credit is fixed, you learn what to do. So that way you don't go backwards again. There's so many people. This is why the credit is so. You hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just what really just, credit again is just a matter of learning it. And once you learn it, you'll never go backwards again. You learn it once, you don't have to go backwards.
Well, what you're saying, I mean, I keep, is like I said, keeps ringing in my ear loud and clear. Basically that, this success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little better than before and it adds up. So by taking and learning the information, focusing and meditating on the information, and letting the information morph into your mind and mindset, you can move forward and you can achieve those goals.
Amen. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly, you nailed it on the head. It's like it's like a big block of ice, that you chip a little bit away. It's almost like working out. And I don't know if you've ever worked out or not.
Oh yeah, no pain, no gain.
Man, I tell you what, that's exactly the quote I was going to say is if you don't have any kind of pain, you're not going to have the gain. But you know what the cool thing about working out too, because I work out too. I was before COVID, I had 26% body fat. I was 224 pounds, and I actually thought that I had COVID, and so it scared me enough to where I said, you know what? Now my health has become #1. Because without health, I have nothing else. I don't have my family. I don't have a business. I have nothing. And I can't provide and be there for my clients, my members, my family. Can't be there for anyone. It's in God's hands here. But let me tell you, since March 12th till today, I have never missed one single day of working out.
Wow.
And I've now 195 pounds, 11% body fat. I could probably step on stage if I want to. Very close to it. Because here's the thing, and I don't say that, I say that to tell you this, it's little incremental changes that I never saw. Like if you'd have seen me 6 months ago, you wouldn't think I'm the same person. But 6 months ago, I was well overweight, high body fat, bad, terrible shape. And I just said to myself, I have to put my health first. And I just made myself a promise. I said it's non-negotiable. But I'm saying that the same analogy with credit. You're not going to see a huge difference day one. And so as each day goes by, what I did was I continued to work out and run a mile and a half, and then I worked my way up. And today I can run 5 miles. And I also do like weight training. But the thing about it is I didn't really see a difference right away. And then those little incremental changes, those little small changes, then finally, next thing you know, I turn around, I'm like, I'm 24 pounds less, and I've dropped 15% body fat. And so credit's the same way. It's like, it takes us years to mess up. And I do have the fastest solution on the planet right now, and I hope that people can understand, look, it's not an overnight process. It's a process, but it's certainly not an overnight process, right? You have to put a little bit of work into it to learn and get the mental right. Most people focus on the neck down. What you have to understand is it's everything is in your mind. Finances and money are in your mind. If you believe that you have an 800 credit score, and you really truly believe that you can get to an 800 credit score, and you truly believe that you are a millionaire, you already have it in you. Now it's just a matter of just getting that roadmap. Let me help you with the roadmap. Let me take the blindfolds off, and let me show you how to get to the other end of the land, the field of these landmines everywhere, and take this off. Take the blindfolds off so I can help you guys get to the other side as quick as possible. And that's what I do.
So what I'm hearing you say, you're saying you just gave a kind of a Zig Ziglar analogy. Give yourself a checkup from the neck up.
Give yourself a checkup from the neck up. That's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Most people focus on the neck down. It's really all starts in the mind and belief. And you got the person upstairs that has put us on this earth here to believe. We don't have the, we weren't, we don't, I don't even want to get too much into this, but as far as like the side of being a Christian here is this, I don't have the devil. The devil didn't create me, right? I was created by God. So I listen to God every morning, and God tells me hey, this is what I need to do. I need to go out and I need to help as many people as possible. But it starts with me getting up, doing my morning rituals, getting up every single day, working out, non-negotiable, and spending time with the Lord. And then after that comes first, then I go out and I fulfill my mission, help as many people with credit and that I can. And I'm telling you this, mark my words on this video, national credit average being 667, I will make it over 700. That way the national credit average will raise because of this platform being shareable. Okay. It's not just for you. So if you get the program, you can help your family with it. The same program. You don't have to buy it twice. You literally get it for yourself, and you can decide how many people you share that with. As you know, you got the program. Could you not take the same program and help out a family member if you wanted to with it?
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's how it's scalable. And that's how it's not like typical credit repair where it's just, it helps out Larry, right? It helps out Larry, but then Larry can share with his family, his friends, if he wanted his coworkers, if he had clients that he wanted to start a credit repair company. It has everything encompassed and together so we can scale and we can literally change lives. And that's what it's about. It's about changing lives and helping as many people as possible while I'm alive. I'm going to do it. And I've set my standards very high, and I achieve them usually. I'm here to help anybody who's listening to this change their mindset first, getting them prepared to understand that they already have an 800 credit score. It's very simple to get there, and I'll show you how to get there very fast, and I'll also show you how to maintain it.
All right, that's what people are wanting to hear. They want to see action. And the only way they're going to get action, they have to commit to making massive action, as Tony Robbins would say. Everything that you said is absolutely true. You do have to, you got to put forth the effort to be a millionaire. You have to have almost a billionaire mindset. If you want to be a billionaire, you need to have a trillionaire mindset.
That's right.
And that's how it works. And you have to. I was taught a long time ago, if you want the earth, ask for the moon.
you know what? And if you shoot for the moon and you fall short and hit a star, guess what? You did a lot better than most people.
That's right. That's right.
You know, that's the mindset you have to have. Like you just said, you know, I have, when I was in my dark spot that we were talking about, I nicknamed myself millionaire. And what I did, and I implore you guys to do this, is I write down on my my mirror, it says, I am a millionaire.
Okay.
I wrote that on my mirror in my bathroom. And so every day I would look at that. I would say, I am a millionaire, right? And so I continued to believe in this story that I told myself. And when you start believing in a story and start moving towards that, it becomes a reality. If you turned your faith became manifested. Manifested, absolutely, absolutely. It just manifested, and it's been a journey for the last 10 years where I've been, like I said, it's thousands of people in the last 60 days, Larry. I'm not talking about in the last 10 years. I'm talking about in the last 60 days. Countless thousands of people have changed their credit. Thousands through my program. So it is, we got a great team of people, military background. So anybody listening to this, thank you for your services. We appreciate that. And yeah, I'm definitely here to help anybody who wants to help. Be a blessing to have you. If your credit score is under 781, in fact, if your credit score is over 781, I can still help you, because inside the platform, I also give you the best recommendations, because again, I built this for myself. So even if you're like, I'm a 795, I've got a great perfect credit score. What I can help you with is travel reward cards. I can help you with point rewards cards. I can help you with leveraging credit. I can help you with scaling a business. I can help you with, because not only on the credit side of things, I also do the financial side of things as well. Like I said, I've made countless millionaires over my career, just because I've learned both sides, the credit side and the financial side. So I've been able to really dissect and help people grow and scale their businesses as well. And that's just because of day in and day out being able to help the person who is stuck in that rat race. You know, we're in America right now where, you know, we're in America right now, which is the land of the free, and we love it. The problem is 86% of Americans. This is one of the saddest stories. I don't know how much time we have left, but this is one of the saddest stories that I want to tell you right here. It's a really quick one. 86% of Americans do not want to get out of bed to go to work. 86% of America is a statistic. If you look this up, 86% of America hate their jobs. They're 9 to 5. How is it that you live in a country, land of the free, options, and 86% out of 100, almost 9 out of 10 people don't want to get out of bed because they don't like what they do? And 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. We're talking about one of the wealthiest countries in the world. And that saddens me that people are caught in a system. The system is that we go to work, we do our 9 to 5, we try to get overtime. And then what do? We get our paycheck, we then pay bills. The IRS takes their money because they don't even trust us. They take the money right out. And then they get paid first, and then we get paid. And then look what happens. We pay our bills, we do our things, we may have a little bit extra money, and then you go right back to the grind of 9 to 5 again. What I teach people how to do is get out of that 9 to 5 and stop building somebody else's legacy and actually build your own legacy. So I've been able to take people that are doing the $30,000 to $90,000 income and make them 6 and 7 figure earners very fast. And so that's another portion as well. But credit game is the first place to start, because we want to get your credit right, and then we can move on to the financial side after. It's a two-part. Credit right, get your value. If I can get you to a 781, you're worth $150,000 right there.
Yes.
And I'm gonna get you there, and then we're gonna work on the financial side and fine-tune the millionaire that you already are. Amen.
All right. All right. Well, again, if you give your contact information for the people once again, so they can write that down. And I
Absolutely.
appreciate you saying that again.
You're welcome. Yeah. So the contact information to get a hold of me is the letter U.com. That's my website. CREDITGAME, the letter U, creditgame, the letter U.com. You can also find me on the YouTube channel, which is The Credit Game. And you can also reach me on my phone number. Most people just call in. And so we have a team of excellent people. You'll love them. And you can reach me at 904-420-7772. 904-420-7772. And our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we're on the Eastern Coast. We're on the East Coast in Jacksonville, Florida. And we're also open from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays as well. So we're here 6 days a week to help you guys in any way, shape, or form we can. And again, we've helped thousands of people in the last 60 days. We'd love to have you. Love to have you on board. Starts with a mindset, takes that first initial thing. The first thing you got to do is just call. Let us figure it out. You get a free consultation. We call you. Guarantee we've seen every situation from 15 bankruptcies to a person who wants to take off 2 inquiries and everything in between. And it doesn't matter your credit situation, whatever it is, we can certainly help you and do it in a much faster. Like I told you before, what's more important to you, money or time? And
time, of course. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you want to wait, if you want to get drugged by one of these credit companies, because that's all they're going to do, because they have no incentive to fix your credit in a fast period because it's on a monthly plan. What seems attractive, the next thing you know, you're 18 months down the road paying $150. You just paid $2,500, and literally nothing really has been done to your credit. I took the credit game and I show you how to do it in a quarter of that, not even a quarter of that time. And then also you can use my VIP vendor, which is results in 60 days. So anyway, you got it, slice it, dice it, 1 dozen or 6 dozen, figure it out. I've created a system that's fast. Time is important to me, and I know that time is important to most people because we can't get it back. If you want to be there for your daughter's wedding, if you want to be there to see your son hit his first home run, and you don't want to be the person who can't be there because you're working or you're doing something, and you don't have the funds or you don't have the credits you can leverage life, then get your credit fixed. This is an adult game. Credit's called the adult game, and grades in school, like I said, are a sandbox, is for the kids. So as an adult, it's our duty, responsibility to change who we are. And the first change is you got to believe. I already believe you can do it. Now it's just you believe and you can do it. So call me at 904-420-7772. Get your consultation. We're here to help you any way we can. It's Mike from the Credit Game.
Mike, I appreciate you coming on. God bless you. I know that God is going to give you all success to succeed. He's already putting it upon you. And you opened up the eyes to our listeners. You've opened up, again, my eyes. You've opened up, I'm sure, all those who are listening. And you've made it so that we can see clearly now and see all obstacles in our way. And I just want to thank you and bless you again for coming on. And this is not going to be the last time. Hopefully, we're going to see if we can get you you can have your own show, and we're going to have so people can call in and ask questions, and you can meet that goal of changing the credit score of everyone in America.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really bless you both for having me. It's a blessing to be here, and I would love to have my own show. And anybody that wants to help, just give me a call. Find me on those channels, or call me at 904-420-7772. And our goal is to help you, no matter what it takes. We'll make sure that we help you out.
All right.
I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Mike?
I'm here.
Okay.